everybody. They're here Horror Club podcast. I'm here with writer, director, and producer Brian Pachero of Tainted Poison Productions. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, Eric. It's almost Friday. We got this. We fucking got this. Just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the upcoming horror releases scheduled for 2023. Which would you say out of the bunch is your most anticipated or one you're most excited for this year?
Yeah. From at least for me, not knowing if it's gonna come out 2023 or early 2024, but it's Maxine from X and Pearl.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm have a feeling they're gonna wait till 2024. I heard a rumor it's gonna come out in like January or February of 2024, but
yeah.
I'm a little torn with that because didn't they crank out X and then Pearl? Did that come out in the same year, or was the one 2021 the other?
It was the same year. I believe it was like 6 months apart or 8 months.
That's crazy.
They're both good movies. Like the quality is really good because I think Pearl was shot even first than X, so it was one of those weird things that was like, oh, let's bust this one out, then this. Now we got Maxine.
Yeah, I wasn't
set in the 80s, which is nice. So we get, I think it's 80s or like late 80s. So I want to see how they get like that part done.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by that. Yeah. I didn't know that they actually filmed Pearl first. I figured they filmed X and then Pearl, but I guess that makes sense.
If you saw it in theaters, if you saw X in theaters, the post-credit scene was the whole trailer of Pearl, basically. Okay. I'm not sure they were shot back to back. That could have been too.
Yeah, I don't remember. I definitely saw Pearl in theaters, but I don't think I'm not sure if I saw X in theaters or not, but I'll have to definitely go back and check that out.
It's worth it. Right.
Speaking of Maya Goth, she has a movie coming out called Infinity Pool with Bill Skarsgård. It's Bill Skarsgård,
it's
right?
Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Close enough.
They got the wrong one. That's this one. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was I don't know why I thought it was Bill Skarsgård, but it's Alex.
Right now. Yeah, he's on fire. Alex has been like away from shit. Like ever since Tarzan came out, he's like, the Northman. That was pretty much about it. But yeah, I feel like Bill is the better one out of the two brothers. Breaking up there, I think.
I like the Northman, like especially the cinema. My favorite release of.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good. I was having some stuff around.
Northman. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, no problem. With the Northman, I definitely thought the casting in that was almost perfect, and the cinematography in it was top notch. I felt it was a little boring at times, but I definitely enjoyed it.
It's one of those weird movies. Yeah. The director is I think Robert Eggers. I hope I'm right. I feel like I get him wrong with the guy who used to do like reviews. Robert Ebert. That's what I was messing him up. So Robert Eggers. He did the Lighthouse and shit. The Witch.
Yeah, the Lighthouse is one of those crazy movie.
Yeah, you get Robert Pattinson and a mermaid doing a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, you like me lobster, don't you?
You're fond of me lobster, ain't you? God damn it! And like, there's like the movie just them two fighting over an Oscar nomination that they never got.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a weird. Other than maybe there's something wrong with the Johnsons, I think that was kind of a short movie though. But have you seen that?
Yeah. Oh, dude. The fucked up part is, I was talking to that with someone yesterday. I think.
Such a weird
movie.
We were
talking about it. That movie fucked up. Like, I saw it a while back, and it was a friend of mine's. It was we were in this hotel. It was Catherine Andrea, her boyfriend, Amanda Megan, and me, and a producer named Matt Anderson. We were all in this hotel, and then we came up with the idea. I came up with the idea of like, you know what? Let's watch this fucked up short film real quick. Like everyone was traumatized and get the fuck out of there. Yeah.
Okay, so upcoming horror releases this year. Obviously, we talked about Infinity Pool with Maya Goth. It looks, and I like with the trailer, like you could watch a trailer like 20 times and you still won't know what the hell's going on with the movie. And I like that. I feel like with Scream 5, the previous installment in the movie, they gave away way too much in the trailer. How do you feel about that?
I felt the same. Like I immediately knew who the killer was when I saw I didn't know who it was in the trailer. So when the movie starts, like 10 minutes in, I kind of knew who it was. So I was like,
Right.
And I had this fucking obnoxious guy in the fucking theater too, saying all the character names. So like he wouldn't shut the fuck up for half the time. Like,
that was me.
That's Gil Weathers. And then like he just kept on the whole fucking time. Like, bro, shut up! Like I'm gonna fucking watch it.
Oh, God bless him.
Like we know who the fuck these people are. We have 4 movies that all feel the kind of the same characters showing up.
Yeah,
like
it's not like it's some mystery. Like we obviously know. Like Gale Weathers.
Yeah.
Please tell me he screamed, "That's Dewey."
That's how he was the whole time in the movie. Huh, they bung Dewey back. That's insane. I'm like, no shit, bitch. You fucking see the trailer?
Did you see the trailer for 6 yet?
I did, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, this is the one I'm excited to see because it looks different. It's in a city setting, which is nice. Although I'm not sure how much in the city it will take place because even the trailer doesn't show like much of the city.
Yeah,
so it's like kind of that. Yeah,
they filmed it in Montreal, from what I've heard. I'm pretty sure like the whole movie, that a lot of the set pieces, like in the trailer, if you watch closely, Ghostface comes in through the like apartment or like sorority or dorm that everybody's staying at, and it looks like everybody escapes upstairs and there's no way out, so they got to cross a ladder from their place over to Josh Shigeru's apartment, and there's a lot of stuff like that like the subway, and I'm really looking forward to it. It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks like this is. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead, buddy.
Like I feel like this Ghostface is more like, even he says like, you never had one like me ever. So I'm like, all right, this one looks to be the most serious, the most scariest one, the one that doesn't give a fuck, like just all in. Like that's how it feels. Even when he hits with a shotgun, he's killing people who's like completely innocent. No, like they're not even his target. And he's like, you got in my way, bro. Pff, goodbye.
I'm gonna be extremely, extremely pissed off if it ends up just being like a girl with that, because there's no way a little tiny girl can shoot a shotgun. Like I'll even suspend my disbelief that Amber in 5 killed Dewey, and I don't believe that.
I don't even believe, because she's even taller than him and like overpowers him easily. When this girl is like 80 pounds, soaking wet, 5 foot, and Dewey is like 6 foot, former WCW champion.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my God,
shout out to Vince Russo.
Yeah. Ends up being Vince Russo at the end of Scream 6. Like, I fucking knew it.
It was me, bro.
Yeah.
I did it for me, bro.
Yeah, I did this for The Rock.
Did it for the people.
Exactly. Like I imagine, like I hope whoever the killer is was one of the killers in Scream 5, because that would make sense of all the plot holes.
That's like, what I'm hoping.
If they're smart about it.
I think prediction wise, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Henry Czerny, Sam's therapist, Mindy's girlfriend, and Tara's new love interest, played by Jack Champion. Those are my 3 predictions. Then a 4th unnamed one that isn't found out.
Yeah.
That we'll have to wait until the 7th one, but that's my picks.
My prediction is that it is Sydney. I'm explaining why. Mainly because the trailer likes to say stuff or give hints. One of the first things she says in the Scream 5 trailer, "Oh, I'm Sidney Prescott. Of course I have a gun." This girl, she just comes up to this shop, moves away, shoots him. She knows how to fight. She knows how to defend herself. So it kind of makes sense of how she would get away with that and how she would overpower Dewey in a way. But it's kind of like a weird thing. And like, they're probably making it like look that she's not in it, and then that's a big surprise because all her scenes could be shot in a studio. No one would see anything, and then they would be getting away with it and be like, "Oh, she's at the end of the movie," like that.
See, what I would have done with her is, because I don't think Neve Campbell will sign on if they're going to kill Sydney in the movie. So what I would have done is I would have had at the end of 6 and the end credits as like a surprise, like the No Way Home route. I would have the remaining Ghostface call Sydney and have the movie end with a "Hello, Sydney," and then I would have it go black. And then on the start of 7, I would have Neve Campbell die in the beginning. Or I would have her be the killer reveal at the end.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Or like sent by the killer or some shit. You know what I mean? Speaking of No Way Home, I saw that shit the other day. I fucking cried again. Fucking movie,
I don't know
man.
what it is with me and Marvel movies. It's either hit or miss with me. Like I either love it or I don't give two shits about it.
Did you get to see all the Spider-Man movies like leading up to that one?
I saw No Way Home, and I'm honestly terrible with a lot of the names for Marvel movies, but I saw No Way Home and the one before No Way Home, but I didn't see, like I saw Into the Spider-Verse. That's, in my opinion, one of the best animated movies of all time.
Yeah,
that's such a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's gorgeous to look at the whole story and like how everything just like turns in, and it makes sense in a weird way. Like you guys, like Peter Porker and shit showing up. Yeah, yeah, that movie's great. I love it. Almost all the Spider-Man movies are great to me. Like there's some here that are like a little whack, but like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, they're kind of like that. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, it's understandable.
Yeah, wasn't Eric Foreman Venom, and I think it was 3 from that 70s. Topher Grace.
Topher Grace, yeah, he was. Yeah, that's terrible. Like I feel like he was like thrown in at the end. He was like, "Get that fucker."
Yeah, that was like a Broadway musical Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm dancing and shit. And
he went to the dark side. He had his little hair flip. He was all edgy, wearing black.
Double it. I'm like, oh, my bad.
Bless his heart. Did you know that actually Tobey Maguire was actually scheduled to be Mickey from Scream 2? That's who they wanted to play Mickey's part. Yeah, in the actual script, it wasn't actually Mickey and Mrs. Loomis. It was going to be Hallie, Sid's roommate, Derek, and Mrs. Loomis was a part of that. But then at the end, Cotton was supposed to come down, and he was going to be working separately, and he was going to try to kill Sidney because he didn't want to get blamed for it. But somebody on the set leaked that script while they were about to start filming, so then they had to go all the way back, and then they had to change it all. That's why we got the Scream 3, like where the big plot was how scripts were leaking and stuff, and how the killer was following that. It was their meta take on things.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up. Like, oh, I'm gonna show this picture to my friend, and bam, it's everywhere.
Did you see or know anything about Skinamarink? I know it's like a found footage movie, and I've heard either it's interesting or people can't get through it.
Yeah, it's one of those. I know it's an independent film, which those are getting traction like Terrifier 2 on like actual releases, which is good.
I agree.
The only thing is with those movies is that it's like an artsy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like some people like it, some people don't because of that reason. I've never seen it, not yet, because it's not even in my theaters. That's one of the things. Like my theater's stuck. Like I can't even see movies people are talking about. But I feel like they said it was one of those things that it was like, if it's for you, it's for you. If not, it's not. But it's like found footage, so it's
I'll probably
that turns people off.
Wait.
If it feels cheap, people are like, oh, this is too cheap. Production sucks. Nah, they're done.
Yeah, it's even if it's a terrible movie, since it's independently done, like I don't care. Like as long as it makes money, that's good for everybody in the indie world. Like Terrifier 2, in my opinion, like it completely added another, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it added a complete another dimension and stuff to independent filmmakers and just filmmakers in general. You don't have to feel like you have to be with a big studio now to make it. Like you can get Indiegogo, GoFundMe's. You can do all sorts of things now to fund your movies, and I think that's really exciting for a lot of filmmakers.
Yeah, that's one thing too about the indies that's pretty good. You know, people always like know each other, and you'll get in contact with the right people easily. And that's one way to go, to be honest. Like, I know it's not easy. You're gonna have to take, I want to say crap or anything. I know a few people are watching me. You do have to go through meet the right people, get to the right place, and then kind of everything falls into place. But yeah, like that's a good thing that they're going in theaters and that they're making money. Like Terrifier 2, like consistently for like 5 weeks was making $2 million.
Oh
every weekend.
I forget what the budget was on that. Wasn't it something like it was like I think it was like 500 grand or something like that less. For the second one, wasn't it? Oh, less.
The second one was less. Yeah, it was like 100 grand.
Oh wow.
I'm not sure who said it, but supposedly that the director had another investor come in and it bumped it up to 150,000. I'm not sure how true that is, but still.
Even then, though, like And the special effects in that, I wasn't like I liked the first one for what it was. I wasn't a huge fan, but like the special effects and gore in that are bar none. And I like that a lot of it's like organic and it's not CGI special effects. I think that hurts a lot of horror these days.
It does, because I understand why they do it. You know, they want to save time, but still, bro, you have $1 million budget. Like, take your time, bro. Take your time.
And there's so many good special effects artists out there that there's really no excuse to do CGI.
Just not, no. There's literally Tom Savini in Pittsburgh who has his own school making like 50 students every year.
Oh,
so like they're out there.
I've actually toured that school before. It's so awesome. PA.
Yeah.
Such a legend.
I've never been there. I want to go, but it looks like it's dope.
Yeah, I had a few friends that went there, and I got to go on a little tour of the place. And whenever you go into the school, it's like a lot of it's like all the stuff that the students have made, like masks and costumes. And there's so many different like floors of that place. And anything you could want to learn about special effects and movie making, you can do it there. And just an incredible place. I never thought something like that would exist, but
yeah. They're out there, yeah. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure even in the West Coast, like those have to be packed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Studios are nearby, so I'm like, come on. Like in CGI, I'm pretty sure CGI is way expensive than practical effects. I'm 100% guaranteeing it.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's like they made a big deal about this one scene in John Wick. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 that they had to make like fake dog poop, and it was like there for like 2 seconds, and it cost them like $5,000.
Unbelievable.
So like I'm like that's just ridiculous. You could just
yeah, they couldn't have found like a cocker spaniel just to like take a shit on the sidewalk. Like I could have paid my dog, like get her a couple bags of food and a couple dog bones, and I could have just had her shit on the sidewalk for you, and I could have saved you a lot of money.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things that they do, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it would have been easier, more better for people to put themselves out there like that. Like we don't have people like who did like The Thing. I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure it's Rick Baker. I might be wrong.
Yeah, Rick Baker from
can't remember those people. Like you don't get those people now. I know you have Greg Nicotero from The Walking Dead who does a few stuff here and there, but it's like who else? No, goddamn. Like you could
have checked out the Creepshow series on Shudder yet?
I have not.
You should definitely watch it. It's really fun. In the first episode, Tobin Bell, the dude that plays Jigsaw, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
He's in the first episode, and then I'm trying to think of the second episode, but the first season is really good. The second is but the first season's really good. You'll definitely enjoy it. It reminds me a lot of Tales from the Crypt, the original.
Okay. Yeah, that's good though. Like I was trying to look for something on Shudder the other day and I couldn't find anything. I was like, this is all stuff I see or own.
Yeah, Shudder's
Yeah,
definitely.
I had a free subscription for a bit. Wait.
Another movie coming out that I'm looking forward to is A Knock at the Cabin with our boy Dave Bautista and M. Night Shyamalan. He wrote the screenplay, and I'm pretty sure he's directing it, but that looks really interesting. I read the book, and I heard they changed some things like the ending and stuff, which is fine by me. I'm really looking forward to that. It looks really good.
So, one thing is I'm pretty sure there's a twist to everything. That's how M. Night Shyamalan is, so you expect a good twist.
Oh, yeah.
In his movies, they're at least in Old, I feel like he kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, that movie was really weird. Like where the girl with spoiler alert, like everybody on the island has something wrong with them, like that makes them age uncontrollably or like conditions. Like the one girl in the cave, she has like a brittle bone disease, and like she's
snaps up and heals up,
snaps all her bones off. She looks like a human. I don't even know what to call her. She looks like a piece of Play-Doh, basically.
Yeah, by the end. Like, yeah, and it was one of those things, and the explanation of it, it's like, meh. Like, yeah, I would prefer it would have been a dream, basically. Like, that's how the movie ends.
Yeah, it didn't make much sense to me. One movie that I really liked that recently came out was The Menu.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen The Menu?
No. I know, like, at least 3 people that I hang out with, they've mentioned it to me. Like, Brian, you need to watch this. I'm like, where is it at? I haven't seen Violent Night either. Like,
oh, really?
It's one of those things that I haven't seen it. I've heard they're both good movies, though. Like, I've never heard that.
I liked Violent Night. I was expecting a little bit more with it, but I'm a big David Harbour fan, so you gotta a pass
You have
with
to.
that. I really enjoyed it. It was honestly a really fun Christmas movie, and I heard they're already starting on the second one, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're gonna do in the second one. They kind of threw everything on the wall with the first one, but I guess we'll see whenever that one comes out. And the Menu with the girl from The Witch and Voldemort, and
Yeah.
it's really good. You'll like it. It's on HBO Max, and then I'm pretty
Okay.
sure Violent Night's available on Peacock, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Most likely. It's like one of those Universal movies, so it's always fun, man, to get those in. Like, yeah, Knock on the Cab is one of the ones I'm really anticipating. I'm not sure if you have any. I know that's probably one of your better ones, and Scream, of course. But yeah,
I'm really looking forward to Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rises too. The trailer for that looks phenomenal.
I really hope the twist is that both Evil Dead movies, the remake and the original, take place in the same universe.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, like something you got to show up Ash at the end, or that girl that's from at the end of the remake.
Yeah, definitely.
I
didn't notice the first couple times I watched I think it's like 2009 or 2010 when the remake came out, but I didn't realize Ash's car was actually at the cabin until like I recently went back and watched, and I was like, holy shit, that's Ash's car. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a gift that keeps on giving. It has small details, but they stand out. I'm pretty sure it was made by Fed Alvarez. I could be wrong. He's the one who
That
did
sounds
Get
right.
Out.
Yeah.
The one who did like not Get Out, Don't Breathe, which I love, the first one.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat. Oh, okay. Adam Wessler just said he's watching Don't Breathe. Just finished one of my favorites, Cut and Run. Interesting. And Bob and David said, "Hey, how you doing, guys? Thanks for joining us on the stream."
Wait, let me go on Facebook because I can't find those comments. So I want to. Let me take a look. Fuck! I'm the wrong thing.
Did you see Megan?
I did.
One thing that I don't honestly know how the hell they got away with the PG-13 rating. I feel like originally I was kind of hesitant on them rating it PG-13, but the reason they did that is because of the teenage demographic. Apparently, a lot of the demographic with the ticket sales was teenagers, obviously, and I don't know how the hell they got away with that PG-13. Like from the spoilers, how the little kid, like the bully, got his ears like ripped off. All the like the swearing, the blood, the violence. Like how the hell did they get away with PG-13 is what I want to know with that.
Yeah, I guess they because sometimes they'll make deals with those studios, whoever rates them, and be like, all right, how long can this happen for how long before it gets considered to be something?
Yeah, they were like
kind of tiptoe their way around things.
Yeah, they were like, we're gonna put this in theaters for 2 weeks, and you got to get it the fuck out because it's definitely not a PG-13 movie. So we're gonna play it for 2 weeks, then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get my money and shut the fuck up. It made like $100 million, which is cool. In theaters, which is not bad. I'm pretty sure.
No, not at all.
Like, you want to see a robot movie? You mean Child's Play the remake? No.
Yeah. I feel like they should name the sequel, if there is a sequel, call it May again.
Oh, yeah.
There's two strange Dracula movies coming out. The one with Nicolas Cage called Renfield. I'm really excited to see that. It's
super goofy.
Yeah, I feel like people either love Nicolas Cage or they can't stand him. I used to be one of the people who'd be like, oh, he can't act worth a damn. But like, I feel like he's just trolling people now at this point. Like,
he is, because he's been off the wall for like years, and like his movies aren't getting any better, and he just keeps getting.
Yeah, like Willy's.
I'm like himself all the time.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland. He has like 0 lines in that entire movie, and that's one of my favorite roles of his because it's just such a weird movie. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's times 10.
Yeah, there's a movie he did years ago called 8mm.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
I think that's his best one, right next to like Bangkok Dangerous. I think it is. Like those two are like for me, and Vampire's Kiss because you have to.
Then I'm trying to think of what the other recent. It's like Dracula on a ship or something like that. I'm trying to think of what the name of it is, but it looks really, really weird.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the name of it is though.
One sec. Let me be right back because my thing is about to die. I forgot to bring the
charger. Oh, no problem.
I'll be back in
I'll
like
check the messages and stuff.
Cool.
How's everybody doing? Hey, Shonda, how's it going? Anything new with you guys? Reading some of these comments. We have 5 viewers right now, which isn't too bad. Check this real quick. What is your guys' most anticipated horror movie of 2023? Comment. Oh, I know another one that I'm really looking forward to. I know a lot of people aren't, but since it's now public domain, people can use it as Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Anybody think that looks good, or you guys think it just looks like a corny piece of crap? Yeah, definitely, Shonda. It looks really, it almost looks like it's going to be a comedy with the way that they're setting it up, but clearly it's not. You got a dude wearing a bear costume and a pig costume going around killing people with a knife and hacking their heads off. So I don't know how funny that can be, but I'm really looking forward to that. Wait for Brian to get back.
Yeah.
I was talking to them while you're gone. Another one I'm looking forward to is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That looks
yes,
interesting.
That one is also an indie movie that's getting some distribution with, I forgot who it is exactly. But yeah, it's going on theaters for like Fathom Events, which is dope.
Yeah, definitely. I think the reason why they're doing that, didn't Winnie the Pooh recently become public domain, so like anybody can use it?
It did.
It's kind of like the Grinch.
Yeah, that's one that immediately got big. Like that one was like getting made before it was even public domain, which I do not recommend for filmmakers.
Oh, yeah.
It has happened in the past that they think it's gonna go public domain and it doesn't. Just like what they did with Mickey Mouse, that they stretched it. I'm not sure how that they've done it for this long that he's not public domain. So.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be. I don't know how something like Mickey Mouse would become public domain. I honestly don't know how they got Winnie the Pooh to be public domain. But
yeah,
is it like after X amount of? That's what public domains. It's like X amount of years, and then it becomes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Winnie the Pooh and stuff. It's kind of like there's not really a fan base no more for it, so they kind of let it go. They're like, you can walk down the street. You could tell a kid who Winnie the Pooh is, and like half of them wouldn't even know what the fuck that is.
Right. Oh, I found while you were gone as well that Dracula movie I was telling you about, where he's on the ship. It's called Last Voyage of the Dementor. It actually came out on the 27th, so it's coming out tomorrow.
Oh shit!
Interesting. I haven't seen any like advertisements. I think I saw like a brief clip of it. It looked really interesting, but I feel like 2023 is going to be way oversaturated with Dracula and vampire movies. So
yeah, it kind of goes into that Twilight era.
Yeah, I'll have to leave Twilight alone. Yeah. Robert Pattinson's my homeboy.
Oh, true. Yeah, the Batman. We need him again. Like, have you seen the Batman? Tell me yes.
Yeah, I like the horror elements with that. Yeah. That was like the Riddler in that is so good.
He's like a murderer, basically. Like he isn't like all goofy and shit. He's like, no, like I'm gonna fuck you up. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it. I'm like, yeah, and the Penguin is awesome. I feel like the Penguin is one of the best parts of the movie.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell did amazing in that. Like you can't even tell it's him.
Yeah, he just like steals on him, like his whole accent and everything, his whole attitude. Like he just transforms, and he's just like, fuck this. Like
2 movies other than Scream 6 that have sequels coming out this year are Insidious and what was the other one? Oh, what was the other one? Insidious, and then Saw 10. I'm a little torn on that. Like I feel like I don't know how they're planning on, like, if they're legitimately bringing back Jigsaw. Is it going to be like a prequel? Is it going to be like, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, I always thought this. This is my prediction of what that movie is going to be about. Half of it is going to be flashbacks. The other half is actual Jigsaw killer, and I'm pretty sure like his son Gideon never died.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like that's why he's back. That was explaining why he's back. Oh, I'm his son that he thought he died. Like thought he died.
Didn't they have like what's his name from Princess Bride? But he's in the first Saw. God, what's his name?
It's Carrie Ellis or some shit like that.
Carrie Ellis. My girlfriend's a big fan of his. She's gonna kill me for not remembering his name, but he was in the first one, and then wasn't he like in the, I forget which installment, like 7 or 8 or something like that, where he was like a part of the
the Saw 3D one.
Yeah,
it was kind of like you immediately know he was the killer. He's like in the everyone's like in the fucking meeting, and he's just like like motherfucker, you the killer already. Why the fuck you fucking in the movie?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm as excited about Saw, or definitely gonna probably check him out. I don't know much about Insidious trailer release yet, but I think it comes out in July. I want to say the 7th or 8th of July. I'll probably pick it out at the drive-in or something like that.
Yeah,
you guys
something like that.
Have drive-ins up there?
Oh wait, we do. It's like
you probably live nearby the Monet.
Yeah, I do. It's like an hour away from me. They do give like some cool releases. Wait, we got some. Hey Shonda, hey Gavin. Vampire does seem to be the common theme for 2023. I'm here for it. Yay! If Winnie the Pooh doesn't say "oh bother" after shaking someone, I'll flip a table. Yeah, Shonda's awesome. I hope to see you this weekend.
Hopefully Eeyore just has like a blank expression on his face while he kills people, where he's all glum or melancholy.
I feel like Tigger would be the one that would be the most funniest one looking, like fucking shit up.
Yeah, he could bounce up on people with like a knife tattoo, like tied to his tail, kind of like Leprechaun in the first one where he's pogo sticking on the dude's crotch. This old Lep, he played pogo on his lung. Did you know they're making a new Haunted Mansion? I don't really feel that there's a need for that, but apparently they're coming out with a new one this summer.
Is that the one like from Disney? Or is like the comedy
the like there's a ride at Disney World, and then they based the movie. Like Eddie Murphy was in now they're coming out with a new one. I'm not too sure there's a point to that, but there must be something where they have to like make the movie or something, like kind of like Hellraisers in the late 90s and early 2000s, where they had to make a Hellraiser X amount of every couple of years, or they lost the public domain.
Yeah, it's one of those oddball shits that
I liked. Hellraiser 2022. My only complaint with that movie is it's too damn dark. You can't see anything in that movie.
Yeah, practical effects and CGI will darken a movie if they're trying to hide shit.
Oh, you can't see nothing in that movie.
Godzilla suffers from that. The first one they did like new again, like in 2013, I think it was 2012. That movie's so dark you can't even see shit. Like there's a whole fight scene you can't see nothing, and the guys who made it were like, when this happens, it's because the CGI is shit and we need to hide things.
Like I feel like that, like Godzilla is an acceptable thing to do a little bit of CGI with, because there's not exactly any 30-foot lizards running around these days. But like Jurassic Park, they have a lot of like all the dinosaurs in that. They're not CGI. They're all puppeteered. I don't know why they couldn't have done that with some of the Godzilla stuff, but I feel like all the new Godzillas have all been CGI.
For the most part, yeah. Like I know sometimes they'll do rubber suits, but you're gonna have to get someone in there, kind of move shit around, and it's a pain. I like the way
another one
for the most part.
Another one that has the sequel coming out in September is The Nun. Did you like the first Nun at all? I liked the cinematography in that. I thought it was really well filmed. I didn't think it was too scary by any means, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It was definitely not my least favorite. I'm not a big supernatural fan with movies. I'm more of a slice and dice or monster or zombie kind of guy myself, but I can see why people enjoy them.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. Notifications blowing up.
No problem.
God damn it! I want to hear the doo-doo, doo-doo.
My computer's asking me if I want to restart. No, I don't want to restart. I'm busy, bud.
Everyone does that. Like, God damn it, why are you asking me all these questions right now?
Hey, Steven, how you doing, buddy?
Wait, let me... Okay, I muted them. I can't mute people. I'm like, I'll talk to everyone later. I have this group, and if not, they'll keep talking, and it'll just beep the whole time.
Oh yeah, I got kicked out of the Scream group recently because I put my predictions in there, and one of the people got pissy with me. But like all the Scream groups have been lately for the last like 3 months now is Stu is alive. Stu's alive. I hate to disappoint everybody that's waiting for Matthew Lillard to return, but he's not going to be in Scream 6, so don't get your hopes up. He's dead.
Yeah,
they talk about it, but he's dead.
He's like, yeah. Stephen Williamson, he's like, no, bro. Like in the script, it says he's dead.
Oh yeah, he had a goddamn TV dropped on his head. Like, ain't nobody walking away from that.
Yeah, I know. Like in Scream 5, they kind of like mess with people. Is Martha still alive? Like, shut the fuck up.
I wish in Scream 5 they would have made Sam's boyfriend. I feel like the motive would have been a lot better if Richie would have been Stu's like nephew or little brother. I felt like that was a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, there's a lot of missed opportunity with these movies. Like how they did with Wes in Scream 5. One of my favorite characters was Wes, and they kind of like just
I really wish that they would have had the killers be Wes and Richie. I didn't hate Amber. I just felt like that having two males, it made it a little more believable. Yeah, especially that Dewey death scene. That had to be a guy that killed him.
Yeah, I can't get over it. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like at the end of the reveal, it made things worse. I'm like, don't reveal shit. Like it wouldn't have happened. I mean, it makes sense why it does, but it doesn't make sense how it happened. Like, because like one of the killers is in the scene, so he could tell them, oh, this person is here, kill this person now. But then it's like, bro, like she's like 80 pounds. Dewey could like overpower easily.
Oh yeah. It's not to say women are weak or incapable of being serial killers or anything. It's just it defeats logic. And I know the directors use the excuse that, oh well, it's the costume. Once you don the costume, like you're almost like superhuman, like with Michael Myers. But I don't know. I feel like that's not what Scream's about. I feel like the thing that made Scream more interesting and whatnot is because of the realism factor in it.
Yeah, like this shit could happen. Like some people just snap and just be like, oh, this is why I do shit, because it does happen. But yeah, it was one of those things that I just felt too weird about. I'm like, she's not even that tall, so it's impossible.
Yeah, and like she did have heels on. If you look at her shoes, she did have heels on that were a couple inches, but even then, like I just
still,
yeah,
like, goddamn. She literally, I think she stabs him and lifts him up in the air.
It looks like that. That's what I thought at first. I went back and watched it. That's not what technically happened. It's just the camera angle looking like up at them, but still, like I don't buy it.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, like come on, like he could just at least like restrain her at least, but no. And then like I hate how they put jabs. Sometimes these movies they'd be like, oh, remember the original? Nothing beats the original because she's the original. Like the whole thing was Gail was sitting outside of the fucking hospital. I think I'm like, shut up, please.
Listen, new girl. Yeah, everything goes back to the original. This is the original. All right,
yeah, I'm like, stop.
Corny, right?
It's almost as bad as Do Your Thing, cuz. Like that's how it felt to me. I'm like, shut up, please, stop. Like editing room. I imagine that dude must have been like, what the fuck? You want me to take this out? Put it in. Leave it in.
Right.
God dang.
Oh, another one coming out this year in October, I believe, is David Gordon Green's Exorcist. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a little worried that they're not gonna obviously I don't think anything can match the original as far as scariness goes, but I'm a little worried with the CGI. I think they're gonna over CGI it and it's gonna be kind of a shit show, but I'm still holding my breath and anticipating
It's a
that to come
direct
out.
sequel to the original. So like I wonder how they're gonna get around that. I mean, yes, that's how I feel about it. CGI is gonna ruin the movie. Like it takes away every scariness and everything. Like,
Yeah.
but how do you feel about Halloween Ends?
The first time I watched it, I'll be honest with you, I was lightweight pissed off. Like I was like, you just made Michael Myers, one of the biggest horror icons of all time, look like a little sewer dwelling bitch, basically.
Yeah,
But after like my second and third time watching it, like I still don't love it. I still think it's kind of shit in a lot of ways. But after like I realized like they're trying to like do the Christine connection with it, like it's basically Christine with Michael Myers if you go back and watch it
yeah,
a lot of
it's kind of what
ways.
it
So
is. Like,
yeah, I
there's little what the fuck happened to me? I had a fucking glitch. So there's literally a line thrown in there from Christine. Spoiler alert, people who haven't seen Halloween Ends. There's a scene where Corey brings someone so Michael could kill him. And then he says the exact same thing Artie says to Christine, show me.
yeah. Artie
And
and Corey share the same last name too, don't they?
you know what? I think they
Cunningham.
do.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
they
I'm
do.
pretty sure his last name and Christine's Artie. His name's Artie Cunningham, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. I always thought it was like an homage to like the Friday 13 guy.
That's
Jonathan.
what I thought too. But after I
Okay.
saw it and like after the second watch, I realized that they were trying to do the Christine thing. It actually even ends in the same place too, because
Yeah.
Christine ends in the junkyard and then Halloween ends in the junkyard with the car getting smashed and ground up, and then Michael gets ground up. So
yeah.
I get what they were trying to do. I didn't love it, but I don't hate it after I rewatched it. I would say like I would give it like a C plus, maybe a B minus.
Yeah.
I feel like in like 20 years it's gonna have a big cult following the same way that Season of the Witch does, though. Like I could definitely see that happening.
It's different. That's the thing. Like it stands out. What I would love is that the movie, the flaw is big. The biggest movie of flaw is of introducing Corey this late in the game.
I agree.
Like if he would at least shown like snips of this guy, snips, just like part one. What I would do is replace the character of Corey with the character of Cameron.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Same thing. They would have been that he was her girlfriend. They broke up because of the party. Keep that in. We never see him again. Go to part two. He kind of helps her out in a bit. Don't kill him because he has to be in part three. They really break up and he's like, I can't be with you. Somewhere along the lines of Halloween Kills, he kills the kid. And it kind of like there's like two chaos things going up at once. Oh, is Michael here? Is that Michael? Like they could have done that with Halloween Kills. And that would set up Halloween 3 up of like, bam. This is where we're at.
The thing that ticked me off so much with it is in Halloween Kills at the end of that, they like pressed it into your mind that, oh, he's not just like the ending where he kills Judy or Karen, not Judy, sorry. He kills Karen. They like hit you in the head with this, oh shit, Michael's not just a man now, he's supernatural. He's evolved to the next level. He's going to be the permanent boogeyman. There's no getting rid of him. And then we go and lead into Halloween Ends, and he's like hiding out in a sewer and has nothing to do supernatural other than if he kills, he grows stronger. But like I feel like that ending to Kills is what made me dislike Halloween Ends the first watch.
The thing is, I know people say like, oh, as he kills as strong as he gets. I don't buy into that idea. Just because in Halloween Kills, like he had enough to charge his batteries for like 20 years. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the things that don't make sense to me. Like I saw it in Halloween Ends, like, oh well, he's malnourished. Like that's how I saw it as. That's why he's weak. And then like he kills him, he just like has this moment of like he jizzed himself, and he's just like, and then he comes back. I'm like, I'm not buying this. Like you could have cut that out, the whole thing, and it would have been better.
I didn't know what, like, because I went into Kills thinking, or Ends going in thinking he was going to be this ghost, and obviously I heard the rumors about Corey having a lot to do with it, like he was going to be like a separate, but like I didn't realize they were going to be working together, and I just felt like him just being basically just made him a man, like that took away the whole lore. And I know the old Halloween, like especially 5 and 6 with the cult stuff, they didn't exactly execute that very well, but I felt like that was the best route to go with Michael as far as how he got his powers and stuff. They
Yeah,
just
you gotta have
didn't
some
write it
explanation.
correctly.
You can't just be like, oh, he's strong because he's strong.
Yeah,
Like
like
even
that's
in Kills, they kind of say he's like, oh, he has the mind of a child and the strength of a man, which I'm like,
yeah,
like you're not really a
yeah.
psychiatrist or anything, but like, and yeah, like I really there should have been something explaining something, like even if it's like subtle, like put the pieces in together and make your own explanation at least. But it's like,
And
no,
why did Lori, like, they never found Michael? Why did she stay in Haddonfield? She was terrified and worried for all
yeah,
these years, and then like they
I'm not,
don't find Michael's body, and her daughter was butchered upstairs 10 feet from her while she hung out on the porch.
yeah,
And then like she's all better now.
yeah. It's kind of one of those things that I wish they would have moved somewhere. Like at least like I said, like how they did in H2O, how H2O the opening doesn't take place in Haddonfield. It's like in another town separate of it.
Yeah, it's in
Like you could have just
California.
put that homage in, and it would have been worth fine.
Yeah, I don't know how Michael drove all the way from Illinois across country to California. I
Yeah,
don't
and that dude
understand
was
that.
that dude was going through every fucking toll and never
Yeah,
got
like
stopped.
how did he get gas? Like how did he pay his tolls? Like
Well, doesn't he take the purse of the lady in H2O?
he does. That's right.
That kind of makes
I
sense.
didn't.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
Michael new currency. Like, oh shit, gas is $2.99 here. Like, like
Uh,
goddamn. He kind of knew how to turn on a car, how to know where the fuck shit goes, and how to open up the gas cap, everything. I see ya. Like,
oh,
what you want to put in here? Like 10. Like,
crazy.
yeah, those one of the things that like kind of had like a lot of logic issues. I would have think it would have been better if it was like a train or something, and he would be like, "Oh, hop in here, hide," and that's how I got here.
I'm really looking forward to Salem's Lot whenever it comes out. It's not 100% certain it's going to come out this year, but right now it looks like it's going to come out in November this year, and I'm really looking forward to that. Have you heard anything interesting or different with that?
I know they said something. I'm not sure if it was like it's gonna go straight to streaming because of all the trouble they've been having, like competing with stuff. Which like everything Stephen King is gonna get soaked up in theaters. Doesn't matter what it is, but
Yeah, definitely.
like they're afraid.
Understandable with Stephen King. I can. Did you like the original It with Tim Curry, or did you like the Bill Skarsgård, the remake version?
I'm gonna say the remake is better because even the part 2 remake it's kind of like bad. Like everything with the adults, I don't really like. Everything with the kids, it's great on both sides. Like they're equally good when they're kids, and when they're adults, it's kind of like like they're kind of like grown men already.
I like certain actors like Finn Wolf. I forget what his last name is from Stranger Things. I thought he did a really good job. I preferred the kid that played Benny in the original. I preferred him over the one that they got. But overall, after going and watching them, I'd say the first version of It, the remake, is my favorite. But you can't go wrong with Tim Curry. He's a genius in anything he does.
Yeah, like it's one of those things that like, and Tim Curry's like soaks it up. And I saw a movie the other day. I was like, God damn, they got away with a lot of shit. Like, even for like a kid's show, like this was on TV.
Oh yeah. I remember the first time I saw it, like that afternoon after I saw it, I had to go to my soccer banquet, like where you play soccer when you're little and they give you little trophies and make you eat pepperoni pizza and shit. And you think you're hot shit.
Yeah.
Well, there was a clown there and I watched it like a few hours before it and I refused to go downstairs. I was like, nope, I'm fine. I don't need a trophy. Let's
fuck
go.
That.
Let's
I'm
get
out.
The fuck out of here, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened with me too with Zelda from Pet Sematary.
Oh, that's such a scary scene.
I was scared of like hospitals as a kid because like you see like people fucked up in like these fucking hospitals in the bed be like, and like it would remind me of fucking Zelda and shit. I'm like, this ain't for me. I might as well just die.
There's 2 werewolf movies coming out. The one I was fortunate enough to help out with called Wolf Hollow by Mark Cantu. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be at the premiere on April 1st for that and at the Hollywood Theater in Pittsburgh. I'm really excited for that. And another one I'm really looking forward to is Scott Goldberg's Forest Hills. It features the return of Shelley Duvall to the big screen with Edward Furlong. Yes. I'm really excited for that.
I want to see what she can do again. That's one thing that got me interested because it's been so long since he's been doing movies. Because fucking what's his name? that directed.
Fred or Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick.
Yeah.
That fucking asswipe.
Nicholson apparently fucked her up too on that, but it's kind of hard with the role that he was playing. It's kind of hard not to, and he's one of those method actors like
he goes all in, yeah.
DiCaprio and Johnny Depp. He goes balls deep in his roles, and I can respect that. But sometimes actors, when they do that, they go a little too far. Like
like
Jim Carrey, he's another method actor that goes too far sometimes. But
yeah, like I did method acting once to see how the fuck it would go. God damn, I was a fucking asshole to people.
Oh yeah, there's really no way not to be an asshole if you're, especially if the role calls for it and you're a method actor.
Yeah, like I'll tell people, I'm sorry. Like afterwards of the show, I'm like, I'm sorry, I acted this way.
But in my opinion, the best actors of all time are all method actors.
They are. Yeah, there's always that little edge, like, well, except for Jared Leto when he was the Joker and he said he did method acting. And I'm like, you just did that. There's a difference.
You were in the movie for 5 minutes, bud.
Yeah. What preparation you had?
Worst Joker, in my opinion, but
yeah,
I get people like him and stuff, but there's only a few roles of his that I thought he was like Requiem for a Dream. That's my favorite role of his.
Yeah,
but
this one he did, he had like cornrows and shit, and they kind of get in this guy's house.
I can't remember what that one's called.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? There's like a group of people and shit, and like that one I think is one of his better ones, and it was when he was like way young. It was like 20 years ago or 25 years ago.
He's also in American Psycho, if I'm not mistaken. He's one of the dudes that I think he gets the axe, where it's the scene where Jason, he's dancing through the apartment explaining the Huey Lewis, and then he takes the axe, and I'm pretty sure that's he's also in Urban Legend, the first one. If you haven't seen that, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah. The thing is, I haven't seen American Psycho, unfortunately.
You haven't?
No, I own it and everything.
It's a fun movie.
I know what scene you're talking about. Like I've seen clips and stuff here.
Yeah,
and there.
he's like,
oh, Jensen. He's like, oh,
yeah, he has the plastic suit on.
Like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're making a new Strangers movie is coming out this year as well, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if Damien Maffei is involved with that one. He was in the second one, Pray at Night. I preferred the second Strangers over the first one. I know that's probably not a popular opinion, but I think the second one's much better than the first one.
Yeah, it is. Like the pacing is a little bit better. Like if you're up for a slow paced movie or slow burn, then the first one is for you. But if you're up for that, like nonstop, let's go.
Yeah. I love the colors in the second one too, like how the movie looked in general. I thought it looked a lot better than the first one.
It wasn't set in the 80s, it was set in modern times with 80s music.
Yeah.
So it's like there's like the scene of he gets like impaled. The dad, I think, gets impaled by one of the like sticks or whatever in the car, and the killer just comes up, turns the radio on, and just like looks at him. Like that was some creepy ass shit. I saw it in theater, and as soon as that movie was done, I was like, that was awesome. That was a good slasher. That's a good
I really enjoyed that. I'm pretty sure Stephen King. Salem's Lot's of Stephen King.
It is.
Okay, yeah. So he has actually 2 movies coming out this year. He has Salem's Lot, the remake, and then he has a remake of The Boogeyman coming out, which I wasn't a big fan of the original Boogeyman whenever it came out, but I think they can go back and correct their mistakes with that. I feel like they can have a good movie, and they have a good closet monster plot with that, but I'm excited to see where they go with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, honestly, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on this, but I felt like 2022 was one of the best years for horror of all time.
It was, yeah.
And 2023 it looks like it's going to be better, especially if Maxine comes out this year.
Yeah,
I feel like if Maxine comes out this year, it's going to be one of the best years in horror of all time.
Yeah, like in December. My guess is they get through in December.
I hope that would be a great Christmas movie for the family.
Yeah,
a little triple X movie for the
What's
kids on Christmas.
Is it a Christmas movie? No. Another thing is this year, I'm not sure if you've seen it's with Bill Skarsgård, Barbarian.
Oh, I love it. The only thing I loved Barbarian. It's such a good, like such a creepy movie that the atmosphere that they created with that really made it really
It's a
made
tight
it
movie, yeah.
freaky.
And it's such a tight movie. It's so small scale, and it's like $1 million basically, and it's so awesome. Like you got Richard Brake looking like a fucking evil son of a bitch half the time.
Oh
Which is
yeah, he's
awesome.
such a good actor. Have you seen 31?
He's the best part of 31.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, by far, dude.
yeah,
If he wasn't in that, that movie would have been a shit show, in my opinion. But he saved that movie. His monologue at the beginning as Doomhead's legendary.
yeah. Like he soaks it up. You got Justin Long coming back to horror, which he is the Scream King for me.
I agree. He's, in my opinion, he's a Scream King. I
Yep.
loved him in Tusk. That's such a fucked movie, but it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, if we have him in Tusk, we have him in Jeepers Creepers, the first one, the good one.
Yeah.
Like,
There's honestly, well, the second one wasn't terrible. It obviously wasn't as
wasn't.
good as the
But it
first,
was,
but
yeah. Like,
at least it wasn't as terrible as that shit show they came out with recently where they filmed like 80% of it in front of a green screen. And I was honestly excited. I saw like pictures of like the backstage stuff and like stills and stuff. And I was like, damn, this might actually be a good Jeepers Creepers movie. And man, was I duped.
It felt on purpose, to be honest, that they did that.
Yeah, like there's no way that they did that and like, oh, we're gonna be winning awards with this one, guys.
Wait.
I'm
turning this.
Check out these messages.
Off. You're good. I'm turning it off. Like, why is everyone calling me right now?
Oh, Mr. Popularity. We're doing an interview here, guys.
Yeah. God damn it, man. Like I'm doing shit. Can't fucking watch this fucking video. God damn it. That's not how I react.
When would you say, because you recently filmed, wrote, and directed a movie, I'm happy that I've been basically with you since the beginning before it was in the birth stages, Melancholy. What should people expect with that? And when do you think it'll eventually be released?
Okay. So we do need filming at least 2 more weekends, and the movie's like complete. The only thing that happened was that the person who was going to edit this movie like bailed on me and stopped talking to me for whatever reason. So I was stuck editing this movie. So I've gotten the first half an hour done. Like if I would have dropped like the first 10 minutes, you guys could see it. So it's one of those things that like I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this movie 100% complete. You're gonna be able to see it probably around like November time, like early fall or before, or like late spring, or like, well, the late summer. I would say it would be the best late summer, early fall is where you're gonna see this thing drop, and it's like insane.
Yeah.
Like
I'm really excited for it.
The jokes, they land so perfectly. Everyone acting. Christina Santiago is the fucking opening of this movie, and she just steals every scene she's in. Shonda Rhimes steals the scene every time she's in it. Like everyone is on their A game.
Has a really good cast of a lot of talented people and a lot of not only talented people but good human beings. And I feel like that's what makes a movie fun to film and makes it exciting to film, is whenever you have people that are good at what they do, but they're also good people to be around. And I feel like everybody involved with this is
that weekend, man. That is probably one of my best weekends of my life, to be honest. Like when we shot it, we were done. We were just hanging out. All right, next day, and we shot. It was just like from we were filming till we ended it, like fell asleep. It was a fucking ride. That whole fucking thing. So it was awesome. Yeah, Melancholy is gonna be. We do need to do some changes to the script. Some of like the characters and stuff. We want to like set things up for future stuff if we could get that done. I do plan it to be a trilogy, hopefully. And I'm pretty sure people are gonna fall in love with the first one, even though the first one is gonna be like slower pace. You know, we're going to the '60s sexploitation era, so I gotta stick within the genre to make it fit. It's probably not gonna be for everyone too, but I feel like people are gonna love it. Just like for the value itself of what the people are doing in this movie, it's well worth it.
Definitely looking forward to that. I'm also really looking forward to your sequel, Toys Were Not for Children.
Yeah,
I recently watched the first one. That's really a messed up movie. It's really messed up, kind of like there's something wrong with the Johnsons, but
yeah, it's just done more longer and everything. It has more layers to it than the Johnsons, but that one is getting edited as we speak. That one should be out pretty soon. Like I'm gonna say we're in February. I would say probably April. That movie's gonna drop sometime in April. Like it's gonna be. The only thing is, I got stuck with it. I tried to buy the rights for the sequel, and like literally, I was told no because it's an independent film. Like that was one of
Well,
the things.
do they think like Universal's gonna come around and like sweep up toys and be like, oh well, yeah, we're gonna make a sequel to this? Like, I understand, like it's a good movie and it's a good part of the sexploitation, but
Yeah.
like I don't feel like any big studios are gonna be picking that up anytime soon.
So, from my understanding, is that there was already interest in it. That's the thing.
Oh wow.
So I'm not sure how much of the interest it is, or just to make a remake of it. That's what they said, or at least probably they want to do like a sequel. I'm not sure what they wanted to do. It doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be a big company like Universal. Probably is like something like Blumhouse or something like one of their competitors, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it kind of it's in the indie territory, but it goes into the higher end where it may end up in a theatrical release, basically. That's my
A24 would do a really good job with that. I feel like
oh
if
my
they,
god,
I
yeah.
feel like that would be their best bet because A24 knows how to like experiment and like.
That would be a dream of mine to
Oh
let that
yeah, me
happen. And
too.
like I have contacts of the original cast, the ones who are still alive. So like, and these people could not be found by like professionals, and I found these people. So like, I'm gonna stick to my guns if that shit ever happens, and be like, I know where they're at, motherfucker, but I have to be in this movie too somehow.
Yeah, I remember. Didn't you contact the one main guy and that's daughter or something, and he sent you a signed poster or some wild shit like that?
It was the lead actress who was in it. Long story short,
That's right.
basically, yeah, I was looking for her for like a year, and basically I gave up. And I was like, look, maybe she's passed away or something. You know, she's probably in her 70s, and if she probably is around, probably her memory isn't that good. So I look up and stuff, and I found her daughter, and like I knew it was her. Like I saw her, it looks like her. Had pictures of like the past of her mom. I'm like, yeah, that's her. So I go up and ask, I'm like, hey, is your mom such and such? And she's like, oh, what? Like my mom was an actress? And then like this whole kind of worms I fucking opened up for this family. Um, so
Oh wow, she didn't
so
even
they
know.
yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. And she's like, well, I'll get back to you. She was like a vet. She's a vet. Um, so so later the next day, I think it was, or late in the night, she's like, oh my god, I told my mom about this. She freaked out and she's scared. She's like, no, like it's not like a stalker thing. Like I just want her to sign shit.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, well, no one has ever asked for an autograph, even when this movie was made. So she's kind of like iffy about it. I'm like, look, if you want, I'll send you the stuff to you directly to your house or whatever, or to your business. You give it to her, let her sign it, and then you send it back to me. That's all like I want, basically. So that's how it got done. And then basically, like the mom was like, then like I sent them a Blu-ray of this movie because I had to rub it in somehow. I was like, oh, now you get to watch this with her, like um, so I got that done. They said they watched the movie together, and she hasn't seen the movie in like 50 years, and she's like, oh my god, it brings so much memories, and like I'm glad I saw it. Like when my mom is still alive, she's all good in health and everything, but she is older and stuff. So like I'm just glad you came along to show me this, that my mom did this, because she never told me this shit. Like
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. It's like Scream 3 type shit.
yeah,
Maureen Prescott went to Hollywood randomly and she never even talked about it or nobody even knew about it. So it's kinda
yeah,
strange, but I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to that. I enjoy the first one. In my opinion, it's one of the best sexploitation
It
exploitation
is.
movies of all time.
It's one of
I
those like
feel like
top five.
people with exploitation movies, they get the wrong idea. They feel like exploitations are they shouldn't be done. But my opinion, I feel like some of the best horror movies are
Yeah.
exploitations.
You got movies like Basket Case that caught inspiration from with Malignant,
Oh
Like
yeah,
it's
definitely.
one of those things that there's always been out there. Like there's always been like glimpses of them, but never like a full on let's do this wild concept and see if it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Studios don't
Yeah,
want to take
like,
that risk because of course, money and stuff, but
and a lot of it is I don't think people realize or they don't know what like exploitation movies are. Like a lot of horror movies, like there has to be an exploitation in it, or you're
yeah.
not going to have really much of a film. Like Peeping Tom by Michael Powell in 1960, I would definitely consider that an exploitation.
Yeah.
Psycho, like I would even consider Psycho in a lot of ways an exploitation
It
movie.
is, yeah. Like even like sexploitation movies, you got 50 Shades of Grey, which that is a sexploitation in
Oh
itself.
yeah, but for
Like
sure.
what was the other one? 365, whatever the fuck it was called. I don't
I
watch
don't
that
have any idea.
shit. So,
Yeah.
like, and yeah, I know most times like they were like no name actresses back then, who would do those movies and stuff. I feel like they didn't even care. Like if I get famous, I'll make this one movie. If I don't, that's it. I'm done.
You know what I recently watched? I haven't seen it up until like yesterday or the day before. Tourist Trap. Have you seen Tourist Trap?
I haven't seen it. People love it. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
Is she? I
For some
can't.
reason,
I don't remember if she's in that. No, I don't think she's in it. But it was like House of Wax basically. Like you can definitely tell the House of Wax remake that they took like 90% of the movie from Tourist Trap.
Yeah, that's dope though. Like I know. I think it's a full moon movie too, or some shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Okay, so like, what was like one of the first ones? That's dope. Yeah, I swear to God, I feel like Jamie Lee Curtis is in that movie. I have to look this up.
She's in Prom Night, and
I could be messing up with that. Yeah.
And Terror Train, and I think those are really the only. Oh, and The Fog, obviously, but I wouldn't consider The Fog a slasher. I mean, it is in a way because of the pissed off pirates or sailors that come to kill people. It's a slasher in a way, but it's more of like a supernatural movie in my opinion. But
she's
definitely in. Is she?
Yeah, I looked at it right now in IMDb, and it showed up. Like
I don't remember who does she play in that.
It doesn't look like her, but it is her. Like you could kind of tell. Her name was Elena or Alana.
I don't know why I don't remember her in that.
It happens. It's one of the movies like she was in it.
I don't know if you've watched that 70s show, the series or not, but Bob and Midge, Bob's wife and that Donna's mom is one of the main people in that. Tanya Roberts is one of the main people that I remember from that, but I don't know why I don't remember Jamie Lee Curtis in that.
Maybe it was after probably Halloween 2 or during Halloween 2.
Yeah, I think it came out in 79 if I'm not mistaken. 79 or 80, I do believe is when Tourist Trap came out.
So it might have been that in between era, like between the original Halloween and Halloween 2. She was like, "Oh, do this fucking movie, fuck it."
Yeah,
I need the money.
Yeah, I really don't know why I don't remember her in that, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, and people look different too when they're younger. Like if you look at her like back then to now, you could kind of tell it's her, but you gotta like dig for it. Have you seen her in Knives Out?
Yes, I saw her in Knives Out. I really liked the first one. Did you see the Glass Onion?
I did, but it was like her. It wasn't.
Yeah, I was mad. It felt kind of lazy. It felt like a COVID-19 lazy movie to me. Basically.
Yeah, it felt like the Chinese virus variant of that.
I felt like the bird flu.
Yeah.
Hit that movie hard. Like the first one was really creative and brilliantly written by Ryan Johnston, but I felt like
that's probably his best movie. I think that's his best movie. I think that's the best movie he's ever gonna get. Like, and he did, I think, Star Wars. That was J.J. Abrams, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think Ryan did. I think didn't Ryan do The Last Jedi?
I think right.
I thought he did. He did. I know he did one of the Star Warses, but I'm not exactly a Star Wars aficionado. So
yeah, it was a bad one that he did.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, that movie's perfect for me. Knives Out, that first one is perfect. I can't change anything. Nothing. It's just flawless. And editing, the actors, they're on the A game. Some of them like could have done better, but I know their roles kind of get subdued. It's like an A game level actors, and like they all get their own screen time, but not enough sometimes. Like they're so good, you want more. Basically,
it was like this generation's version of Clue is what I would compare it to.
That's the best.
Like an updated, more fun version of Clue.
Yeah, like even with the guy from James Bond is in it. He has like the southern accent.
Yeah,
and he fucking owns it, bro. Like this dude's British as fuck, and like he's just coming out with better accents than I can pull out. Like he just fucking owns it. I say it. Like the whole fucking accent.
Sounds like Foghorn Leghorn from.
There's a joke of that in the actual movie. He's like, "Can you shut your Foghorn Leghorn ass?" Like,
yeah,
why was I hot?
I'd definitely say Dave Bautista was the highlight in my opinion for Glass Onion, but overall I didn't care for it. It's not terrible and it's fun for what it is, but compared to Knives Out, I felt like it was definitely a step down.
Because you got to compare. Now that I compare it, but like you got to like get better or equal if you're gonna make.
Like that. I feel like that's what
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing is too. How do you feel? I'm not sure if you saw Raw 30. Like the first hour was good, and then if like after Undertaker came out, it was like a piece of shit to me. Like
couldn't get his bike started. Like
I was like, please don't come out. My mind was, please don't come out.
and everybody's like, "Oh my God, Taker put Bray over! Oh my God, that's so cool."
We never seen this
Taker
before.
should have put Bray over 7 years ago at WrestleMania, and it would have meant something instead of on a random ass freaking Raw. But who am I to?
Losing their mind, people losing their mind like we never seen this before. Like this encounter, we've seen it like weeks, and like it happens. I'm like, so he said something in his ear. I don't care what he said. There's nothing super special you could say to him that would justify him coming out and Bray coming out and having that moment. What I would love for them to do is that Bray would have come out as the Fiend instead of grabbing LA Knight, whatever the fuck that dude's name is, and Sister Abigail's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And be like, get out of the ring. You don't belong here no more. I run this shit.
Yeah, I would have had Bray. I would have had Bray come out, and then LA Knight comes out and interrupts him, and then the Undertaker does come down, and then Undertaker goes to choke slam LA Knight or whatever, and the lights come out, and then there's the Fiend standing there, but then Bray Wyatt's also standing there, and he gives Undertaker the Sister Abigail, and then the Fiend is looking right at Bray, and then that would have been the end of Raw for me right there, and that takes you into the Royal Rumble. I do feel like the Royal Rumble is gonna be pretty good, but I just haven't been into wrestling like I used to be. I feel like it's just missing something for me. Like
it's a storytelling. Like back then, that was one thing I was watching the other Royal Rumble the other night. Like you could literally book a match, Val Venus versus Stone Cold for the fucking championship, and no one would bat an eye. Like that's
not at all, because of the characters were so well written, and just the storytelling is bar none. And I feel like that's something that wrestling's missing. And like I would prefer to be TV 14. Like I feel like there's better stories to be told with that, but it doesn't necessarily have to be TV 14 for them to make it to write good stories. And they don't know how to write stories anymore. Like I felt like in the Attitude Era, they threw everything at the wall, and whatever stuck, but they still tried shit. Now with today, I feel like they're afraid to throw anything at the wall because they're too worried about what the sponsors are gonna say. They're too worried about
they're all like on a leash. Like, bro, who cares? Like, dude, like like people will be behind you. Like they will respect you more if you took fucking risks. Like, get out there, try your shit.
Who do you think's gonna win the male Rumble and the female Rumble? I think the male Rumble is pretty obvious who's going to win, but I have my female pick. It's a little bit, I don't know if it's because I haven't been following it, so I'm just making my prediction.
First, the male, I'm pretty sure it's Cody Rhodes. Like
obviously, I feel like he's going to come in at number 1 and he's going to win. I feel like he's going to break the record for the amount of people.
Yeah, like that's one thing. Like I feel like because he's been over, he's been on God mode too since he came back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it would have to be in a sense that. Although he is kind of smart on how he wants to do things, and Triple H too. Triple H hates to do shit that's obvious. Like he doesn't like that shit. You could tell. I'm curious about that one too. Oh, that could be some old
thing. Female. I feel like obviously Cody's going to win the male. Female, I think they're going to do Raquel Gonzalez. I feel like she's going to be, especially since they're in Texas and has a big Hispanic. A big Hispanic following. I feel like it's going to be her versus Charlotte. That's going to be like the women's. And I feel like Becky and Ronda are going to they don't need the title for that match, obviously. But I feel like Becky and Ronda, that's going to be kind of like the Stone Cold Bret Hart. I quit match of the card. But those are my 2 picks. Who do you think's going to win the women's? Ronda was my second pick, honestly.
Yeah, you good. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's Alexa Bliss to get her back on the map because they're slowly building her with something, and I don't even know what the fuck they're even doing. Like it's weird. Like you got the Fiend showing up sometimes, or Uncle Howdy. So I'm like, where does this fall into that story, and how would that boost anyone up?
Yeah, my prediction with what they're gonna do with that is a lot of people are gonna think this is dumb, but I think they're gonna do a mixed tag match at WrestleMania. It's gonna be the Fiend or Bray with Alexa versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett. I feel like
I like
Captain Howdy or whatever, Mr. Howdy Doody or whatever his goofy name is. I feel like obviously it's Bo Dallas portraying the part because you can tell like the diamond earring gave that away that's
the whole chin. Hey, yeah, so it's like, come on, like.
But I feel like Cross and obviously Cross, like they completely buried him, like having him lose to Jeff on his debut, and they completely screwed him over. But I feel like they can get that character back on track if they put him in a program like that.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. And with IRS showing up on Raw, I love that he did. I just wish they did something with him instead of being like, "Oh, you have to pay briefcase." Whoop.
Oh yeah. I don't know who writes this shit, but I ask that every time I try to make the effort and tune into wrestling. I'm like, who writes that shit? Yeah. And AEW, like their storytelling's a little better, but like sometimes I just get sick of watching these dudes like do 50 flips a match. It looks like Circus du Soleil instead of wrestling a lot of times, and that just gets a little old after a while.
Yeah, it's not like in WCW where you had Dean Malenko and Ray killing it, and like all these dudes are like kind of slow. They're still impressive with their strengths and stuff. But then you have these other matches like Psychosis, Eddie. You had fucking Ray going like and doing all this wild shit, and they stood out. Now everyone does it, and it's not even impressive no more.
Yeah, it's just
I've already seen this.
Like everybody can do it. Even like the Giants today, like they feel like they got to be like
athletic as shit.
And I feel like that's a lot of the problem. It got too fancy for its own good. The internet ruined wrestling in a lot of ways.
It did.
It took away kayfabe.
Yeah. Literally that was. I know MJF keeps it like in public. He tries his best, and like even like other wrestlers, they'll be like, he's literally the sweetest man you ever meet.
Yeah.
I can't picture that dude being nice, but now that you said it, you kind of.
Yeah, that definitely takes out a lot of it. But let's see if we got any comments I missed on here.
Take your time. Let me get.
Oh, looks like I lost Brian. Whoopsies. Well, with that being said, everybody, since I lost him in the stream, I appreciate everybody coming to hang out with us tonight and shoot the shit. Is there anything else anybody has any questions about I can answer or help out with? I really appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me tonight. It means a lot. No, the first episode we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Oh, looks like Brian's back. Let me add him in. Oh, no, never. Oh, I lost the Gloctopus.
Oh. Can you still see me?
I can see black. I see Brian the Gloctopus Pachero, but
all right. Let me unplug this.
I probably didn't pronounce your last name correctly, but that's all good in the hood. I mean, at least I'll leave a window open for you.
Let me take a look. Let me stop the camera and put it back on. Oh, damn it.
There we go.
That camera, that's why.
We were having such a good conversation that was flowing beautifully at the beginning of this video. My dumbass forgot to hit live.
It happens.
Yeah. Checking to see if anybody has any questions for me. No, not really any questions. What would you say your most anticipated top 3 most anticipated horror movies of 2020? Oh, can't hear you. Sorry. I don't know what happened. I can't.
Oh, wait, no, you did. I hit the thing by accident. I think when I plugged it muted me basically. And I forgot. I know it's Maxine. Scream 6 is one that's high on my list. But yeah, Evil Dead is the one that's like up in my right there.
Speaking of Scream 6, give me a minute here. You good? 1 second. Since Brian keeps getting disconnected on here. Let me add him in.
I'm sorry, everyone.
No big deal. Speaking of Scream
Now it's
6,
up and running. Fuck yeah, we got the right camera.
I figured I'd toss my 25th anniversary ghost face on to say thanks everybody for checking out the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. If you could go ahead and smash the like button, smash the subscribe button on YouTube for me, or follow us on Facebook, it would mean a lot. Brian, I really appreciate you coming to take the time to talk about horror with me and shoot the shit with wrestling and everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, man?
Nah, man. I'm pretty sure people will see me more in the future, so definitely subscribe, like everything, share the shit out of this shit, man. But yeah, you will see me pretty sure in the future again. So yeah.
Peace, everybody.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.